Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. Thanks for joining us today on the farm. And we have a special guest, Mazzy. We also have another special guest. We have to go pick him up. Ransom is at the neighbor's house. So we are loaded up in the side-by-side. We are gonna do some farming activities. We're gonna check the creeks and water in the pond along the way. You guys, we're not gonna stop, but you can see as I go by, I'll go shh.
Lots of rain.
Lots of rain. We had 2 more inches of rain last night. That's on top of the 8.5 inches we had last week, or less than a week ago. So super excited, and I think we probably have a lot. So
my voice is going through the first stages of coaching.
Yeah, Cassie's been coaching this week, basketball, so she is a little bit hoarse, but we don't believe in horses around here. We believe in donkeys. Donkeys, Mazzy.
We already did that. Been there, done that.
We went with the donkeys. So we're gonna go out. We have something new for the donkeys. We'll show you in a little bit, but right now, let's go pick up Ransom and hopefully you enjoy the ride. So we talked about this on a different video, but you guys can see our old feeder for the donkeys has seen better days. So I was finally able to stop by and I went ahead and got them a smaller one because they don't need one that big. Hey girls.
And these kind just end up breaking, so no use in spending a lot of money on one for a big one.
Yeah, well, we actually, I was telling them the other day, that one's lasted, we got it at our old house in Rose.
Oh, really?
And that was, yeah, that one was from our old house at Rose. We bought it whenever we got our cattle. So
it's looked like this for a while.
It's been like this for probably the last year or so, but it's lasted about 8 or 9 years.
Look at that.
So not too bad.
Look at that.
All right.
Look at that.
We'll go ahead and get them some feed for their new feeder. And then Cassie, that one, we're just gonna throw it over the fence. I wanna haul off a load of junk later, or not today, but a different day. And the metal on it will go to the junk. Whew. Bunch of water in it. All right, farm girl.
Let me do the dirty work for you.
Luckily, it's not heavy, and that's the reason we like those feeders. There you go.
Give it all to him.
Can't remember how much I put in there, but give him about half of it. A little more. That's good. I'm gonna give the rest to Benny. So
Benny,
I'm gonna go.
be nice to your friends.
I'm gonna go separate Benny. You wanna show the donkeys? Look at him.
Benny's new friends are cows, and he is trying to tell them to get back because he sees his women. Hi, Faith. You're a beautiful girl. Yes, you are. Loretta, I'll leave you alone. I'm not going to try to pet you. For some reason, June doesn't want me to pet her. You guys got a lot of mud on you from rolling around out there.
So Benny was kicking at these boys like he didn't like him, but he really knows that it's eating time. So what I'm going to do is get Benny in here for eating time. Benny, did you see that? Hey, if you kick me, we're going to have problems. Benny, move. Stubborn as a donkey. Come on, dude.
So while I was over here with the donkeys, Gary was over there feeding Benny and the steers and talking, and I said, you better tell him why you don't want him to get too much food. So it's not good for donkeys to get too much grain. They're supposed to eat grass and hay and things like that. So too much grain for Benny would be bad. So slow down if you think we don't want him to eat much.
It's okay. We get the city slickers coming over here telling us we only give our donkeys a cup of food a day. It's gonna make them all skinny. Have you seen the fat on their sides sticking out? They are more at risk right now, especially that the grass is greening back up. They are at more risk than foundering than starving. And foundering means eating way too much food, being sick and ill from that. So Cassie?
I found her on Thanksgiving and Christmas, sometimes Easter.
Did Christmas come early this year?
It did.
Okay,
Cassie had a good birthday.
Cassie has been spoiled to a T, and it's okay because I love her and I'm glad that
a lot of this is Brandon's fault.
She gets the stuff she wants. Brandon did go to a store with us when he was here at Cowboys in Peggs, Oklahoma. Our friend Clay owns Cowboys, or part owner, and he carries firearms.
He has a gun shop, or yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, he has. It's way more than that. That's what I'm saying.
But inside of it,
he carries firearms, but
hi, baby.
He has a little bit of everything. He has supplies. We bought stuff for the schoolie. We bought our paneling over there. We bought a heater over there. We bought all kinds of stuff over there. But Cassie got something. You want to show them?
Yeah. So
a couple of somethings.
This is going to be my new deer rifle, I believe. So Brandon and I was there looking around. We saw this. It's a 223 single shot. I love that it's short. I love that it's wood. It's just really neat looking. It will fold up. I'm usually not a single shot kind of person, but I love the size of this just to put on my back when I'm going to my tree stand and stuff. So I kind of fell in love with this gun. I went and looked at it 3 or 4 more times, and then Gary went and picked it up for me.
And that was a G-Force Arms 223.
Yeah, single shot. Gary went and picked it up while I was at work one day. Then Brandon came across this one while we were there. It's just a little 22 pistol, super lightweight, green sights. I really like it. We're about to go try it out.
It's a Kel-Tec. It's made in the USA.
Yep. So came with 3 magazines. Just really nice to have on the side by side or whatever. I can still carry at work every day, so it's something that I can go out and use and get more and more comfortable and accurate with a pistol. And the Freedom bullets, or the, who do you call them?
Bulots?
Bulots are Freedom seeds is what some people call them.
Freedom sticks is what people call them. Oh, Freedom seeds.
Yeah.
Freedom seeds, Freedom sticks.
But anyway, super cheap to go target practice with this, unlike what I carry every day.
Yeah, and .22 round is a really versatile round. We have a whole lot on hand just because you could use it for squirrel, you could use it for a rabbit if you needed to. You could use it for skunks, varmints, little things. But I mean, if times ever got hard and you needed to eat, our family could eat off some squirrels.
Yeah.
And we're not beneath squirrel.
actually last night at the game, one of the board members said, "What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, Cassie?" And I was like really thinking, and she goes, "Have you ever had squirrel?" And I'm like, I lived off of squirrel as a kid.
Yeah, that wasn't really weird to us.
But the 223, coyotes, deer, things like that, I can use with that. So I'm excited. Thank you, Gary, for getting those for me.
Well,
and the side-by-side.
I think it's time though.
A new van.
For Top Shot. Who's the top shot?
Is this a challenge?
Yeah, it's a challenge. Who is the top shot at catching up with the walkers? And so what we're gonna do, we're not gonna do any adjustments on it at all. Three going down range, and then we'll measure, or three. We can either do the closest or the closest measurement of the three. Like you add the threes together, and what's the closest?
You decide, because you'll say I cheated if not. Okay,
and we'll do this with the 223. We won't do any competition with the pistol. Sound good?
Why? Because you already know you're gonna lose?
No, because it's not interesting to me.
Oh.
I don't have a reason to use that. We use our firearms for hunting mainly, and that's why I think that's interesting. So, you ready?
Sure.
All right, let's go. So I was just talking to Cassie. I've got some old holders for a firearm for my pickup that would go in a back window. I'm going to see if I can mount them back here so I can always carry something with me on the side-by-side. You never know when you might need it for a coyote, or if a stray dog, like I showed in one of our last Walker Farm Fan videos, gets after the cattle. Unfortunately, you have to take care of stuff if it's hurting the livestock. So this is a little box Cassie got that just folds and stands up. So get it put together and see what we can do. So we have a pond bank right here, and we're going to angle into that pond bank to make sure everything is safe. So yes, we're being safe. We're in a safe area. Controlled environment.
I just realized I forgot my glasses.
Cassie forgot her glasses. She's already making excuses. So I know that we just watched a YouTube video the other day. The kids wanted to watch the one when we were in Utah, and Ranger and I shot at 100 yards, 200, 300, and 400 yards, and hit every single time.
With a 223.
With a 223. Cassie.
I decided I liked it.
Cassie, on the other hand, what happened, Cassie? You want to refresh our memory?
I went first.
She went first.
I learned how to shoot the gun. I gave them excellent tips, and they outshot me.
Oh, okay. Where did you miss from? Was it 300 yards or 400?
I don't remember. I just remember I was doing a lot of talking, and I should have been focusing.
Not Cassie doing a lot of talking and should have been focusing. No.
So I set me 3 shells out. No practices, just go?
No practices, just go. And we can alternate. You can go back and forth.
And it's not, I'm going to aim at a spot, but it's the grouping, because we don't even know how this shoots, right?
No, it's a spot. We got to measure from a spot. So your first one,
am I aiming center diamond then?
You can adjust. You can aim center diamond.
You just said we were trying to get a grouping.
No.
If you're trying to get a grouping, you aim at the same place and see if it groups.
No, you need to. You get 3 shots closest to the center diamond.
Oh, so I'm not trying to shoot accurate or consistent. I'm trying to move it.
So you can make adjustments based off of your first.
Okay.
This is just how good you are.
You already changed the rules once.
No, I didn't change the rules. I never said grouping one time.
Roll back the footage, y'all.
Roll back the footage. I never said grouping, I don't think. I said how far you are from the center on each one. We can measure that.
All right.
But do you want to do the closest to the center?
That's fine.
Overall.
I thought we were just trying to see if we can shoot consistent.
No, I want to see if we can get close to the center.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't have to walk down there every time then.
That's fine. It's not very far. We could use the exercise. I ran 9 miles this morning on my half marathon training. I really don't need the exercise.
This video needs to be called Dogging Cassie.
No, it's not. This is not dogging anybody. Don't take offense when no offense is meant.
Dang. My eyes are bad.
Oh no! The wind just moved it. Okay. Got it set up. I have it weighted down now with some old trash, so we should be good. Open sights. I like open sights. It's how they would have done it.
I cut my teeth on open sights.
It's how they would have done it on the stagecoach. Cassie, this is Cassie's stagecoach. Riding her coach.
Everything clear?
Yeah. All right, first one down. Let's see what happened. Okay, so
That was really low.
first one was right down there. So we're talking strategy here. Cassie said she'd really like to go towards the center again and see if it's a consistent group. And I told her if she does that, then on her third, she could adjust, make her adjustment, and then hit dead center. So we're about to see what she does. How do you feel about that one? Did you aim in this? Did you make any adjustments or just go back to the same spot?
Same spot, but also open sights. I'm trying to figure out how far that ball's supposed to be in right there, because it's a little different than some of the open sights I've had.
Well, she's aimed at the same spot and
One square up.
one square up. So 1 MOA, minute of angle, away, I think. It's up, yeah, and to the right, a half a minute.
So if I want to get here, I'm aiming here every time.
Okay.
I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and 1, 2 over. 4 up, 2 over. I can't see it from back there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 over.
Yeah, so you probably, what you do is aim about to the top of this triangle and like right there, and then that should hit dead center. If that's the true off.
So if I aimed at the corner of this, it would get me pretty close.
Yeah.
If, like you said, it's the true.
So what we can do, once we finish our competition, top shot, catching up with the walkers, then we can do adjustments on the open sights to make it how we want it and make it true. So I think it's fun.
There's no adjusting on it.
There's no adjusting?
No.
At all?
The thing is, though, see this and this, I got to get used to how high I want that out of there. So if I made it higher, it'll shoot higher. Right now, I'm trying to get just that in the middle of that.
Okay. So everybody's on their open sights probably does it a little differently. And
see, there's no adjusting on this gun?
yeah, I just see that now. I thought there might be a small adjustment left to right, but nope. No adjustments. But Cassie, you do want to get a scope on that, right?
Yeah.
So that's the next thing. We're having fun with open sights today, but Cassie wants a scope on there, and we'll kind of research and figure out which scope we want and go from there. All right, let's see if this is her top shot. This is the one that's going to land her in the Hall of Fame. Catching up with the Walkers Grand Champion Hall of Fame. Woo!
Center was good, height was not.
All right, so Cassie got right there, just outside of the diamond.
Here's what sucks. Now you know where to. I was doing dead center and that's where I hit, but you know where to go to get better.
You're the one that wanted to shoot first. All right, let's see how this goes.
So just like when we were in Utah, I went first to help them out.
You didn't help me out. You didn't say you were going to help me out. You did that because you wanted to go first.
Right here. Get your 3 out. So I feel like Gary should have to at least shoot 1 dead center and see where he hits.
I'll go 1 dead center to see where I'm at and go from there.
Oh, look at him being a good husband. Oh, but he's going to pick a different point of aim. He's going up to the front.
I I gotta find a spot I like.
I like this because it was higher. And I wanted to do the same from the very beginning though. I wish I would have done this arm thing right here.
Just give me a second, I'll find a spot.
Give him a second, guys. According to the dust, you shot pretty high. Really?
Yep.
Very bottom and you were dead center?
Yeah.
Your middle's good. The dust I saw fly up was right here.
It was right here.
Towards the top of the bank, but I guess it just ricocheted.
Oh, yeah. It's right here. So you gotta see this, you can see the ground where they're going. So everything's going into the ground. Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
All
see
right.
how tall that is?
Yeah.
So dead center, you were there. Now you gonna make some adjustments?
Gonna make an adjustment. See, that's the thing.
See, I should have made my adjustment my second shot, but I wanted to go again just to see.
My adjustment is different than your adjustment because mine is gonna be different. It's open sights.
It's according to where you're putting that ball in that open sight.
Open sights at that distance is a pretty good little distance too.
Yep.
I feel like I'm on a stagecoach. Every time I bust this thing open and get the shell out, I feel like I'm driving a stagecoach. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I am too high.
Where'd you aim at?
I aimed at the top of the box, right up here. And so I'm going to move it down a couple inches, or about an inch, and try one more time. But that would be a deer that would be on our dinner table.
Yep.
So that's what I'm kind of thinking of. When I see stuff like this, that's what my goal is eating. So people sometimes don't understand the mentality of somebody that really hunts, but that's whenever I'm out here and I'm taking shots and practicing and stuff, that's where my head is would that feed my family or would it not feed my family? And that one would, but we need a little better.
Yeah, because you got to remember when you're aiming at that deer to aim really high.
Yeah, well, we're gonna fix this. This is part of it. You buy a brand new straight out of the box, you got to see where it's at, what it's doing, and that type of thing. But since Cassie wants a scope, we're probably gonna go ahead and get a scope and not waste too many more rounds. We'll get a scope and go from there. But I do have one more to see if I can improve,
and I'm shooting one more time. Not part of the competition, just I want to shoot right there where I thought I should have and just see what happens. I'll lose fair and square. I just gotta shoot again to redeem myself. No, it's all in fun, people.
I will say, this is fun.
Yeah.
This little thing is fun, so I'm glad we got it.
Here you go.
I mean, just being able to hold it like that, it's just a cool little, so I dropped down.
And you got out of the diamond.
And I got out of the diamond.
You're right here.
Right there.
A marker to put it in.
Yeah, so that was my last one. So that was it. I dropped down too much probably, or my shot was just different.
So Gary was 1.5 away and half over. I was 2.5 away and a half over. So we beat me by
1 minute of angle.
Yep.
1 MOA, and that's you know, it is what it is. Not great, but I definitely am glad that we got it, because once we get a little scope on it and get to tune it in, I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be a really accurate thing to bring along.
Yeah, I want one more shot and then we'll do the pistol.
Now this was this is outside of the competition, but let's see what Cassie did. I bet you she dead center, if I had to guess.
Huh. so weird. I was aiming like right here. But also in that rolly bucket, I wasn't as good at that as you were.
All right, so there you go. There is the 223. So now we're gonna get out the other Freedom. It's not really a stick.
Boom boom.
Freedom boom boom that we brought along, and go from there. And we're silly. If you guys don't understand, sometimes YouTube, if you say the same thing over and over, but when we put this video out, we disclose everything that's in it. That way everybody knows what's going on. We're being responsible, we're being safe. We are doing everything we can, so it's all we can do. All right, Cassie's got a couple more left.
That time I was aiming here and I kind of kept it here, so but that's why I want to get more comfortable, free-handed, not shaking, staying comfortable. I don't have a great pistol technique to begin with. The guy that does our training and stuff has been helping me with that, but I need more reps.
Yeah, more repetition is the name of the game. Comfortable and knowing what you're doing, because in a high pressure situation you want to be able to take control of the situation as best you can. So that is what we're going to keep working on. We're going to try to perfect and keep doing stuff with that. .22 is a great little round. It's relatively very cheap, also very quiet, so there's not near the noise associated with either one of these rounds that you'll get with a lot of firearms.
I got one here, but I was aiming over here.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go?
So Cassie just left, and she has to hurry up and go to get Mazzy on time to the voice lessons. So Mazzy has voice lessons today. I'm going to go ahead and take care of chores. I've got to get all the chores done, and then I have to head over to the school. There's a little maintenance project I got to finish over there real quick. Ranger's out here enjoying the sun. It is a beautiful day in Oklahoma. And I think Ranger, stay out of that mud, okay, buddy? That's the main thing. So the only problem with all the rain we've got is the mud. And if you hit it on a bicycle, it flashes up on your back of your shirt. So we got to be careful there. So I wanted to look in the back of this truck before I go buying anything new, just to see what I had, because, yep, I remember buying something a long time ago. And these are actually designed, I think, for windows in the backs of vehicles. But yeah, they're designed for windows. Remember, whenever you're growing up, maybe you're not, maybe you're too young, but when I was growing up, it seemed like everybody had one of these in their back window. Wasn't a big deal. Everybody drove around with one, but oh, look who's here. Mr. Jingles. But everybody drove around, and wasn't a big deal because nobody really wanted to cause any harm with firearms. They were just part of the deal. So I'm gonna go over here and check this out, see if there's some way I can make these work. If not, we can figure something else out, but I like to use what I have, especially if it's not being used. So, and just like that, I made it work. So this is going to work for now. I have a Marlin 3030, so right here, and I will show you guys real quick. This is actually my very first firearm I ever had that I got my first deer with. So I got a doe with this, and it's a pretty special little rifle. So this little Marlin was a gift from my mom to my dad. And then before I left the house, my dad gifted it to me. So like I said, took my very first deer with it. I believe it was with open sights. It did not have a scope on it at that point. But it's one of those that I love to keep around, and I actually love to use it, not just set it in the safe and never get it out. So I think I'm gonna keep it here on the side-by-side, and we'll keep the ammunition separate from it. So if we need it, we'll have it, and we'll probably make sure the ammo stays up here in the glove box, so everything's separated. But we also, I know a big part of this is we teach our kids to be responsible, and that's what we expect as well. Cassie ended up taking Mazzy to her music lesson, and then since the boys' BMX was canceled because of rain, we got a date night. Finally. So let me show you what we're having for supper. So we're gonna end it with this. No review of how it is, but I think you can see barbecued tacos for me. Cassie got the ribs, beans, and what is that?
New potatoes.
New potatoes. All right. Well, we thank you guys for watching as always, following along with us. We hope you have a great day. God bless.
Love you guys.